say he's crazy, well it may well be, but he stands between evil and you and me. His world is crazy, no one understands. We need a man with an ice-cold hand to say, give a hand for the dead man. He was just a man, now everything has changed. Give a hand for the dead man. But once you do, you won't be the same.
Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of The Dead Man, Volume 2. The Dead Woman, The Blood Mesa, Kill Them All. By Lee Goldberg, William Rabkin, David McAfee, James Reasoner, and Harry Shannon. Performed by Luke Daniels. The Dead Man, The Dead Woman, by David McAfee. Chapter 1. A bump in the road jolted Matt awake, just in time to read the sign welcoming him to Crawford. He checked the road atlas in his duffel. The dim light in the cabin of the Gray Line bus made it difficult to read, and the fact that the driver seemed determined to ride over every pothole in the fucking road didn't help. After flipping through a few pages, he came to Tennessee. Then, just as he'd done back in Nevada when he bought his ticket, he ran his finger along Interstate 30 until he found the tiny speck that represented the town. Crawford, Tennessee, population 5,421. At the time, it was as far as he could get on the money in his pocket. From here, he'd have to walk, at least until he could find a few days' work to put more cash in his hand. Then he'd buy another ticket and go somewhere. He didn't really know where yet. Mr. Dark didn't exactly leave a forwarding address. The drive from Nevada had been long, but he was able to get some sleep, even if the seats in the bus weren't very comfortable. At least it was cheaper than a motel, which he couldn't afford anyway. He'd have to find something, though. A town the size of Crawford probably didn't have a Y. The bus pulled into town just as the sun peeked over the eastern horizon, slowing down in what passed for Crawford's downtown district. A few buildings here and there rose to 3 or 4 stories, and an aging brick post office stood next to a silver 50s-style diner on the left side of the street. On the right, the courthouse sat in the middle of a large manicured green lawn. The white concrete building was the most modern thing he'd seen in the town so far, and sported an entire floor of tiny barred windows. Like a lot of small towns, Crawford must keep its jail right inside the courthouse. Convenient. The bus pulled up to the courthouse and stopped. The hiss of breath.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?